account for,
を説明する、
please account for the sales increase,
を占める、
computers account for 40% of sales, adhere to,
を遵守する、
you must adhere to the safety policy,
に固執する、
he adheres to his original plan, comply with,
に従う、
we comply with all safety standards, attribute A to B,
A を B のおかげとする、
she attributes success to hard work,
A を B のせいだとする、
he attributes failure to bad luck, contribute to,
に貢献する、
he contributes to the new project,
の一因となる、
stress contributes to health problems, refrain from,
を控える、
please refrain from using mobile phones,
を慎む、
I refrain from making any comments, interfere with,
の邪魔をする、
the noise interferes with my concentration,
に干渉する、
don't interfere with my personal business, coincide with,
と同時に起こる、重なる、
the dates on these two calendars coincide with each other,
と一致する、
luckily, his vacation schedule coincides with mine this year, dispose of,
を処分する、
dispose of the documents in the bin,
を処分する、
she quickly disposed of the problem, specialize in,
を専門とする、
our firm specializes in marketing, pertain to,
に関連する、
these files pertain to the merger,
にふさわしい、
use language pertaining to the situation, derive from,
に由来する、
the source derives from this large ancient tree,
を得る、
we derive benefit from the deal, rely on,
を頼りにする、
he relies on the strong stone pillar,
を信頼する、
you can rely on our team, stem from,
に起因する、
this tiny green sprout stems from a single small seed, consist of,
で構成されている、
the pizza consists of 4 different toppings, result in,
という結果になる、
the long path finally resulted in reaching the goal, result from,
に起因する、
the black stain resulted from a spilled ink bottle, deal with,
に対処する、
he must deal with these difficult financial problems, subscribe to,
を購読する、
the fox decided to subscribe to a business journal,
に同意する、
I do not subscribe to that radical political idea, resort to,
に訴える、
the company had to resort to such drastic measures, dispense with,
なしで済ます、
she decided to dispense with her heavy briefcase, collaborate with,
と協力する、
he will collaborate with a rabbit to achieve goals, amount to,
総計に達する、
the total repair costs will amount to $10,000,
結局になる、
his long silence amounts to a clear no answer, abide by,
に従う、
all employees must strictly abide by the company law, engage in,
に従事する、
he engages in various business activities every day,
に参加する、
let's engage in reviewing the project plan, be eligible for,
の資格がある、
the employee is eligible for the annual performance bonus, Be entitled to.
を受ける権利がある。
All members are entitled to receive a special discount. Be exempt from.
を免除されている。
Small businesses are often exempt from this specific tax. Be subject to.
の対象となる。
The flight schedule is subject to change without notice.
を受けやすい。
This old wooden bridge is subject to damage from storms. Be consistent with.
と一致している。
The survey results are consistent with our previous findings. Be vulnerable to.
に対して弱い。
The computer network is vulnerable to various cyber attacks. Be compatible with.
互換性がある。
This new software is compatible with your old computer. Be equivalent to.
に相当する、と等しい。
$1,000 is equivalent to about 1 million yen. Be contingent on.
を条件とする。
The final deal is contingent on his board's approval. Be synonymous with.
と同義である。
Quality service is synonymous with higher client satisfaction. Be geared toward.
向けに作られている。
This marketing campaign is mainly geared toward young students. Be committed to.
に熱心に取り組んでいる。
The company is fully committed to protecting the environment. Be comparable to.
に匹敵する。
The quality of this watch is comparable to luxury brands. Be reflective of.
を反映している。
The low sales are reflective of the current economic situation. Be compliant with.
を遵守している。
All our products are compliant with international safety standards. Be native to.
の原産である。
This rare species of flower is native to Australia. Be representative of.
を代表している。
His successful career is representative of the American dream. Be appreciative of.
に感謝している。
We are truly appreciative of your continued support and loyalty. Be proportional to.
に比例している。
The final salary is proportional to your total working hours. Be relevant to.
に関連する。
Your question is not relevant to our current discussion topic. In light of.
を考慮して。
We revised the plan in light of the survey results. Regardless of.
にかかわらず。
The event will continue regardless of the weather conditions. In spite of.
にもかかわらず。
In spite of the low budget, the project was a success. On the contrary.
それどころか。
The task wasn't hard, on the contrary, it was easy. As opposed to.
とは対照的に。
We chose the blue design as opposed to the red one. By means of.
によって。
The heavy cargo was lifted by means of a crane. Prior to.
より前に。
All participants must register 2 days prior to the seminar. Subsequent to.
の後に。
Subsequent to the meeting, we will send the minutes. In accordance with.
に従って。
The work was performed in accordance with the contract. On behalf of.
を代表して。
I am accepting this award on behalf of our team.
の代わりに。
I am signing the contract on behalf of my manager. With respect to.
に関して。
We have no information with respect to the future costs. In comparison with.
と比較して。
This model is very small in comparison with the original. At the expense of.
を犠牲にして。
He achieved success at the expense of his sleep time.
の費用で。
The business trip was organized at the expense of the company. For the sake of.
のために。
We changed the design for the sake of our customers. In place of.
の代わりに。
A new manager was hired in place of Mr. Smith. By virtue of.
のおかげで、という理由で。
He got the job by virtue of his past experience. In the event of.
の場合には。
In the event of an emergency, please use the stairs. As a consequence of.
の結果として。
He lost his voice as a consequence of shouting loudly. In terms of.
の観点から。
The plan is perfect in terms of the total budget. With the exception of.
を除いて。
The shop is open daily with the exception of holidays. Provided that.
という条件で。
You can join provided that you have a valid ID. In summary.
要約すると。
In summary, we need to increase our marketing budget. To some extent.
ある程度。
I agree with your opinion to some extent. In the long run.
長期的には。
This new investment will be profitable in the long run. Bearing in mind.
を念頭に置いて。
Bearing in mind the cost, we chose a cheaper plan. It follows that.
当然、ということになる。
He is the CEO, so it follows that he is busy. All things considered.
すべてを考慮すると。
All things considered, the event was a great success. In conclusion.
結論として。
In conclusion, we must approve this new project. Granted that.
仮に、だとしても。
Granted that he is young, he is a very skilled leader. In that sense.
そういう意味では。
In that sense, his failure was actually a good lesson. Prohibit A from doing.
A が、するのを禁止する。
The law prohibits people from smoking in this building. Prevent A from doing.
A が、するのを妨げる。
The heavy snow prevented him from coming to work. Keep A from doing.
A が、するのを妨げる。
We must keep the secret from leaking to the press. Take A into account.
A を考慮に入れる。
Please take the time difference into account for the meeting. Apart from.
はさておき、以外に。
Apart from the price, this car is perfect for me. Want more practice? Subscribe and join the challenge.